Welcome to the Business Analyst Pandit channel. My name is Ram Prashant Vishwanathan, bringing you the latest industry trends and innovation insights straight from the minds of the experts. Today, I have Markus Kümmerle on our show, who is the Tribe Lead Engineering and Production Interface Chair of CAMARA Outreach Committee. Welcome to the show, Markus.
Yeah, welcome, Ram. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be here.
Pleasure meeting you, Markus. So I have an interesting topic for you today, which is beyond connectivity. How CAMARA APIs are building a new telco innovation ecosystem. And before we dive into the insights, can you introduce about yourself for the larger viewers here?
For sure. I had the great chance and honor to be part of the API exposure activity in Deutsche Telekom from the starting point at 2020. Now I'm owning a position as a tribe lead in this organization. And in parallel, I'm working in CAMARA in the CAMARA project since the start of the project, now in a position as the outreach chair. So that's the marketing of CAMARA.
Got it. Okay. So Markus, to set the context for our viewers, could you help us understand the landscape and explain what CAMARA APIs are? And furthermore, considering telcos have been pursuing digital transformation for a decade, what's driving this current renewed push for standardizing the APIs? And what new opportunities do you think telcos are unlocking today?
Yes, for sure. I think the main driving factor is that the telcos want to generate new revenue streams. The current trends like cloudification, disaggregation, automation are there, and APIs are a logical consequence out of that. If you want to automate business, automatically you come to APIs. And CAMARA APIs are the right answer because they are developer-centric. The focus and the scope is northbound telco APIs. So it's mobile, it's fixed line, it's Wi-Fi, it's cloud, it's identity, it's location. All the nice topics what telcos have are offered to northbound customers and developers via APIs. It's a good opportunity for the developers, for the customers to enhance their use cases or to create new ones, so that they can create revenue streams, but also it's a good opportunity then for the telcos to monetize their invest in their infrastructure, in their spectrum and antennas and cloud and core infrastructure. So it's a win-win for both sides.
Understood. So for the larger viewers, can you walk us through your personal experience with CAMARA and how you have seen it evolve over time, perhaps highlighting the key milestones or significant challenges that you have overcome so far?
Yes, the idea was, I think in late 2020, very early, when we had the first tests and talks with customers, when we learned it's nice when Deutsche Telekom exposes APIs. The real scalable business needs the APIs in all the networks, in all the countries. Only then the customers will use it and will adapt. So we reached out with that idea to other partners. We kicked a little internal group off in 2021, worked on the model, how we want to do such an alliance. And we ended up at the Linux Foundation in an open source project. The reason was we want to be fast. And if we do it the typical telco way, create a SDO, and wait until the standards are documented in paper, then it takes 3 to 5 years until we have the paper. But that's far too slow. Today's business is fast, and if we are not take the chance, then others will do. So for that reason, we decided to do it differently this time and to do standardization via code. So that was then the leading idea behind. It took me, I think, 4 months to have the discussion with Open Gateway, with GSMA, how we can collaborate, because there are different right models. So open source and Apache on the one side, a license, and the typical telco area is more full of IPRs. So it took me 4 months to do the alignment, but then we could kick it off and launch it officially 22 on Mobile World Congress Barcelona with 22 partners. And from then, I think it's a total success story. Up to now, we have more than 60 APIs. We have more than 1,300 people working in CAMARA, from 460 companies, getting more and more day by day from vendors, from operators, from customers, from aggregators, SI, ISVs, consultants, from the small ones, but also up to the big ones. All the big hyperscalers are in, Google, Amazon, Microsoft is in. So it's a real success story. The latest quality boost was done by our release management. I think a year ago, we have introduced a clear release management with CAMARA meta releases, and that has two effects. The one is that we now have clear timelines when we deliver new versions of APIs. And the second one, we have clear guidelines and checklists which the APIs have to fulfill. So it's a defined timeline and better quality. I think that was the last quality boost in CAMARA.
Oh, I see. Okay. So interoperability and widespread adoptions are critical for CAMARA's success. So what processes, governance, or technical mechanism does the project employs to ensure APIs that meets these objectives across diverse operators and use cases? And how are CAMARA APIs are being tested for scalability, particularly for high demand applications, if I may ask you, Markus?
So the first part of the answer is very simple. It's CAMARA itself, because CAMARA is focusing on the API YAML file, on the API definition, and by that is de facto standardizing these APIs and making it available in all the networks in all the countries. I think the second big decision was not to expose all the technical details, but to keep it simple as possible for the developers, easy to use, easy to consume, and do abstraction. So one example with quality in demand, if you look into an API, you simply have to tell from my mobile phone to this service in the internet, give me low latency. And all the technical things are done in the background, and the developer does not have to consider that. And that's also a very important topic. If you want to have adaptation, you have to keep it simple. And the third point was listen to the customer's voice. And don't develop the things the telco industry thinks they are good. Develop the things the customer needs. And that's also an important topic to ensure the adaptation of it. Yeah, and last, I mentioned already the release management that brings the kind of quality and the reliability in talks of the timeline. That's the part what CAMARA brings to as an answer to your question. But then we have, in addition, GSMA Open Gateway, which focuses mainly on the exposure layer. So how to expose the APIs, what functionalities are needed. You need an API gateway, you need an API management, you need a consent management, a capacity management. So all the things around which are needed, they are standardized in GSMA Open Gateway, which also helps for adaptation of the whole thing. And Open Gateway also provides a certification. So if an operator implements Open Gateway and CAMARA APIs, GSMA Open Gateway can do a certification that all things are following the standards. And I think that helps a lot for adaptation and to bring the APIs into coverage.
I see. I couldn't agree more when you said the APIs should be developed through customer-centric use cases and what customer requires, I would say. So moving to specific applications, Markus, how do you see CAMARA APIs transforming the automotive industry, particularly in the areas like vehicle to everything, communication, and autonomous driving, if I may ask you?
Yeah, if you look into automotive and in these use cases, I think the main requirements here are latency, low latency, and high reliability. CAMARA offers APIs for that. For example, quality in demand. We are working currently on a new version which provides low latency and a stable and reliant connectivity for low bandwidth. That is, I think, sufficient for the teleoperated driving, because you only have to transfer a few bits to remotely control a car. And the good thing is it's not only limited to automotive. You also can use it for drones. You can use it even for safeguarding of transactions, online banking or eBay, or of point of sale systems. So we had one example in our company where we had a big celebration and the point of sale systems have not worked because too many mobile phones have been in the cell. And so in the end, it was free for all the employees. That was good, but it was not the intent to help these situations. This product is very good. We already have tested it, for example, with BMW, where we made tests. We have tested it also with Volkswagen, teleoperated driving. We have done collision warning tests, for example, with Continental. And in addition, we are working on prediction, which is also a requirement from the automotive industry. If a car drives on the road, it is important to know how will the network change if the car moves 1 kilometer, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or if you wait 1 hour, 5 hours. So the prediction is also an important thing. How will be the network, the quality of the network? How will be my connectivity depending on time and space? And for that, we also have APIs. The automotive, the car can react, so you can change the navigation route like you do it when you have a traffic jam, or you can simply give a warning to the driver, look, you are heading towards an area with low coverage. Your connectivity will be bad, so either you stop and finish your call or you drive a different road. So that kind of use cases are very, very interesting. We also have tested that, by the way. We drove a car from Germany to Italy and tested it. So we are doing a lot of things because I think it's a great industry. It's a great vertical for our APIs.
True, true. And following up your response, a question that comes to my mind is: could you share some concrete examples of how Deutsche Telekom is leveraging CAMARA APIs in automotive projects, and what tangible benefits they have observed so far, if I may ask you?
Yeah, I think I already mentioned a couple of it. It was teleoperated driving with BMW and Volkswagen. It was really great to see the effect of the APIs because we tested it in an empty cell, and then we tested it in a congestion cell. And if the car comes into a situation that the remote command it takes too long, then the car stops. So there is a security mechanism, and we could see that the car was not driven. Consequently, it jumped like a frog, which is a bad user experience, by the way. And as soon as we switched on the API, it ran really smooth. So you could really see and feel the effect of these APIs. And same was with Continental, with the collision detection. That was mainly about edge cloud, bringing the application closer to the vehicle, but with the same effect. Yeah, also this prediction thing I already mentioned. We drove a car from Germany down to Italy through the European Autobahn and used the prediction of the network to warn the driver. And that are the examples where we can really show the value of our APIs.
Understood. So the role of independent software vendors is crucial for ecosystem growth. So what opportunity do you see for ISVs to contribute to the development of new APIs for MNOs through CAMARA? And more practically, what is the best pathway for ISVs to get involved, including the support or resource provided by Linux Foundation, if I may ask you, Markus?
Yeah, I think here we also have a win-win because ISVs can use our APIs to improve their products or even create new ones and new solutions. And on the other hand, for the telcos, it's another sales channel. So it's a win-win to do it. And I think it's easy for ISVs to be part. They can join CAMARA. That helps them to be visible. So it's a marketing effect what they get. But they can also use CAMARA to bring in their requirements that we build the right APIs. We want to have this customer voice in CAMARA. And from CAMARA, it's open source, it's free. They can get all the latest resources, which is needed to integrate the APIs in their solutions.
Understood. So building on ISV's involvement, what are the most effective avenues for ISPs to directly approach mobile network operators to contribute to the development, testing, or validation of these network APIs when being developed? And from an MNO's perspective, what are the key primary factors that drive decisions to partner with or even outsource network API development or testing or validation to ISVs? Marcus.
Yeah, I would like to give two answers because the ISVs can have two different roles. The one role is more the customer perspective. If an ISV is acting as a customer. So, and in this case, I have to admit that most of the use cases require aggregated APIs. The business with a simple telco API to a customer, that's only a niche. Most of the use cases need aggregated APIs. And here, then an aggregator comes into the play. So the ISV has to decide if they want to do the aggregation by themselves or buy aggregated APIs from an aggregator, from Aduna, from Nokia, from Infobip, from the aggregators in the market. So, and then it's like a customer relationship then. So that's the first role of the ISVs. The second role, if an ISV offers solutions for the telcos. So as I mentioned, the telco need cheap and lean solutions to create CAMARA APIs, but also to expose the APIs in a secure manner to the internet. And ISVs can help if they have products, lean, simple, easy to integrate products that will help new operators, especially the small ones who don't have the financial budgets, to be part of this ecosystem, to expose APIs and to generate revenues. So it's also a win-win here for both sides. And in the end, that helps them to increase the coverage because in the end, we only win together. Scalable business is only there if we expose the APIs in every network, in every country, if it's globally available. And for that, we only win together.
I see. So following your response, so what kind of partnership models or collaboration frameworks do you think ISPs most effectively proposes to MNO companies to facilitate this joint development, testing, or validation of network APIs, if you may ask you? This is a following question in response to your previous answer.
Yeah, and I would answer in context of my previous answers. If you look at the latter role, at the MNO role, if they want to have products for MNOs, I think that's a vendor model. They are a vendor for an MNO. They can prepare the products and sell it as a vendor. That's quite usual, I think. On the customer side, we will have two different models. There is a wholesale model, which is really dominated by the aggregators. So there, an ISV should decide if they want to be aggregator or if they want to just buy it and focus on the customer products then. So it's the wholesale working model, but then a new model will come up. That is the reselling model. So telcos and companies can decide to resell aggregated APIs. So to buy it from one of the aggregators and then resell it on their own portals, which then also could be a possible framework or partnership model for an ISV.
I see. Okay. So looking ahead, are there any emerging technologies or trends that you believe CAMARA should prioritize or focus on in the coming years? Perhaps beyond what's currently being discussed, specifically aspects of A&ML integration, quantum networking, or even early 6G capabilities, if I may ask you, Marcus?
Yeah. So the clear trend in the next time is the focus on fraud. We see a growing demand in the fraud area to avoid fraud, and that will keep us busy for the next 1-2 years, I'm pretty sure. And in this area, I think we have special topics like silent authentication, get rid of this SMS and 6-digit code type of thing, and do the authentication in the background silently without any user interaction and more safe. That it will greatly improve the user experience of that authentication process. and I'm sure that will come. And the second thing, what's a big topic in this fraud area is also age verification. We see it in the US. So these pop-ups in front of the adult sites are no further allowed. It is also discussed for the EU in Europe to have it. We see it in Australia. We see it in northern countries for buying alcohol. You have it in the elections. You have to be older than 16. That would be part of the elections. And even for people like me getting more and more towards 65, we want to have discounts when we are 65. So there will be a growing demand for age verification. And I think that will keep us busy the next couple of years for sure. And then after that, I think we are mature to go into more quality and demand. So currently, we are still working on the foundation and driving it. It will take a couple of months and unfortunately years until it's stable. And when we can use that technology also in a legal safe manner. But that is coming immediately after. I'm pretty sure our networks are capable to do it, and there are use cases, there is a demand, so that will come. And beyond that, I see also trends like AI. That's very clear. AI and APIs are complementary. And if you put it together, you can create something bigger. So for the APIs, AI is a great chance. Because we can integrate our APIs in the large language models as agents, and they are called automatically in the background, which is then another sales channel for the telcos. We can use AI to improve our APIs. As I already told, we are working on prediction. AI can be used to improve the prediction, to make it better, to make it easier, simpler. And finally, we can use also AI to create new business. We can sell our large language models like model as a service to other partners or customers. So there is a lot of benefit in this collaboration and bringing together AI and API.
I couldn't agree more when you said AI and API complement each other. I'm totally for it, actually. Markus, thank you so much for taking time to share your insights and for the engaging conversation. And I wish you all the best, and I look forward to connecting with you in another episode. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ram. It was my pleasure to be here, and thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much.